Om Tat Sat. My humble prostrations to the all-pervading Brahman, to my worshipful Guruji, Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj, to the Divine Mother, and all sages and saints, and to each of you, divine soul, watching today's satsang. So today we will be studying the significance of Navratri worship. We are currently studying the worshipful, wonderful book Worship of God as Mother, Mysticism of Devi Mahatmaya by Sri Swami Jyotirmayanandaji Maharaj, my guru. So it's his commentary, and I'm the one narrating it with some insights as well. So the significance of Navratri worship is what we will be studying today. Navratri, as discussed before, means Nav means nine, Ratri means night, worship, 9 nights of worship. So that comes twice a year. Actually, there are 4 times this is celebrated in India. Sanatan Dharma, people who are deep into it. So twice it's overt, and the other two are called Gupt Navratri, or they are overt. Not many people know about it, but serious aspirants do follow those as well. So in India, Navratri Puja or Mother Worship is celebrated in the bright half of the lunar month of Ashwin, September, October. So that is the most famous part of the Navratri Puja that people mainly celebrate, and Swamiji has been also always been doing this puja in his ashram for many decades now. The mother aspect of God is worshipped as Durga, Lakshmi and Saraswati, each for 3 nights respectively. So 3 for Durga, 3 for Lakshmi, 3 for Saraswati. Navratri, 9 nights. That's how you get to 9. This time is propitious because the rains have ceased in India and the sky is placid and clear with the stars shining gently. So it's a wonderful time to be conducting this satsanga spiritual session. Cool, fresh, and fragrant breezes blow all over India. It is in such an elegant setting of nature that one is reminded of the glory of the Divine Mother. Therefore, it is suitable that the puja be performed by innumerable devotees all over India in recognition of the compassion of the mother aspect of God. So they may draw her grace on their spiritual path towards liberation. The puja of the mother puts an end to the torrents of the afflictions and renders the firmament of the heart free from the dark clouds of karmas. So mother's compassion starts to come in, and she takes over and guides the soul with love and compassion. Navratri Puja depicts the long course of spiritual evolution in the life of the sadhaka, spiritual aspirant, and reveals the way in which the Divine Mother leads the soul to the ultimate victory over the asuri and rakshasic qualities. In other words, it's a purification journey, and the mother helps us destroy our demoniac qualities, which present countless obstacles on the spiritual path. As you know, the spiritual journey is for not for the faint of heart. It is for the determined souls, like a soldier that is marching on in his mission. Navratri Puja culminates on the 10th day, which is called Vijaya Dashmi. Dashmi means that thus is 10, and Vijaya means victory. So the 10th day is called the day of victory. It celebrates the victory of the Devi over the demons. Vijaya Dashmi also commemorates Rama's victory over Ravana. So there were two main things why Vijayadashmi is done. One, Lord Rama killed Ravana and came back to Ayodhya, his capital, and enjoyed, ruled the kingdom. And here, the mother destroyed the demons also. So that is why it's a dual festivity. So, in the sadhaka's life, sadhaka is you and me. All of us are sadhakas. We are on this journey to try to find God, to find our purpose in life, why we are here, what are we doing on this human earth, and what is how to cut the cycle of life and death, the bondage. So, in a sadhaka's life, the forces of darkness manifest as anger and hatred, malice and greed, pride and infatuation, craving and conceit, etc. I don't need to talk about too many of these things. We already know how hard it is, and it's our practical experience, it's our practical struggle. So, on the other hand, the forces of light that manifest as compassion and magnanimity, humility and charity, purity and sincerity, universal love and peace, we also experience those. So, in other words, we see this vast array of different shades of qualities: sattvic qualities of kindness and love, and tamasic qualities of hatred and infatuation, etc. So, life is an arena for the battling forces of darkness and light. In other words, this happens to all the sadhaks. We all have to go through this purification process. The only question is our prarabdha karma. How much effort have we done in our past, and how much is needed in this birth, and so on. But otherwise, the journey is there for all of us to overcome. The essence of the puja is to enhance the forces of light. So when we do mother worship, we do puja, we as if are inviting the mother, and who can help us fight this battle for us and give us the strength we need to control the senses and the mind, to overcome the desires emanating from the lower self, and to realize the self that shines in the cave of the heart. So, it has been already pointed out that the mother aspect of God is manifested in three different aspects in the three phases of sadhana, which we just talked about: Durga Devi, Lakshmi Devi, and Saraswati Devi, 3 nights each. Therefore, Navratri. In the first stage, the heart of the aspirant is tainted by the impurities of innumerable births. So, this is not our only birth. We have taken millions of births and will continue the journey forever unless we do something about it and terminate that cycle now in this body. Human body is not a joke, it's a big blessing from the divine energy. Otherwise, out of 8.4 million species, we could have been a plant, a tree, a cat, a rat, a dog, a fish, and anything that moves and breathes. We could have been that. But due to our good karma, we got the human life. So, therefore, this opportunity should not be wasted. The malas or impurities of the heart express themselves in the form of anger, greed, hatred, lust, pride, jealousy, etc. So these are impurities that have to be encountered. These demons have to be vanquished, otherwise we will not be able to succeed. Those malas, they are called malas, they represent the demoniac forces in a person. We have them. They are verily demons like Madhu, Kaitaba, Mahishasura, Shumbha, Nishumbha. We will cover all this in great detail in this and exciting scripture full of devotion and full of the forces of light and darkness. So the Durga aspect of the Devi is worshipped for the destruction and sublimation of these impurities. So first we have to remove the weeds, then we grow the grass. Otherwise the weeds will continue to grow, and that doesn't help us. So therefore Durga Devi in her compassionate form comes and helps us to destroy our evil qualities. Goddess Durga therefore is the terrible aspect of the mother. You see her riding on a lion, you see her with all kinds of weapons, because these qualities take a lot to be destroyed. So they are also very strong. These forces have been kind of reinforced over birth after birth after birth. Therefore, we don't want to get angry, yet we do. We don't want to have lust, yet we do. Greed crops in, jealousy crops in. So it's not easy to totally annihilate these things, and therefore we need the help of Goddess Durga in her terrible aspect, and whose divine power is awe-aspiring in the heart of a person. So Goddess Lakshmi, then the next phase, is worshipped in the second stage. So once these impurities have been sublimated, Lakshmi is the goddess of wealth and prosperity. That's when, and see, she has no weapons. She's sitting on a lotus flower and she's blessing you with wealth. Those of you who have seen the picture of Goddess Lakshmi. So she is symbolic of divine glory or Aishwarya. Aishwarya is glory. This phase of sadhana is marked by the development of divine qualities such as compassion, dispassion, purity, renunciation, charity, universal love, unity, magnanimity of the heart, balance of mind, etc. So, all these wonderful qualities now start to emanate from us like a beautiful fragrance. These are rare gifts of spiritual wealth. Goddess Lakshmi brings steadiness in the Chitta. Chitta is our mind stuff, which is composed of senses, intellect, ego, and the unconscious. It's called Chitta, by enriching the spirit. So vikshepa or distractions of the mind is removed in this phase. So in the first phase, Goddess Durga removed our impurities, which are called malas. Here, Goddess Lakshmi comes and she removes our distractions that are happening in the mind. So the first was more at a physical and a more gross level. Now it's more at the mind level. Think of the lake that is shimmering, and or the ocean that has waves. So you cannot see the image clearly because there is constant distraction. So that has to be calmed down. And then finally, the last 3 nights is Goddess Saraswati, or the goddess of knowledge. She is worshipped in that stage. While Durga rides on a lion, which is the symbol of willpower, Saraswati rides on a hamsa or swan, which is the symbol of the power of knowledge or discrimination. So she holds the Vedas in one hand, Veena in the other, and a mala. So Goddess Saraswati is the Devi of wisdom and music also. While Durga holds blazing weapons in her innumerable hands as the symbol of struggle and the destruction of the physical plane, Lakshmi holds blossoming lotus flower as a symbol of spiritual unfoldment and divine prosperity, and Saraswati Devi, as we just discussed, holds a veena and symbolizes harmony and perfection. So in the state of divine harmony, the discordant notes of the personality are tuned so perfectly that the music of the soul flows uninterruptedly as it silences the discordant notes of the senses and the noises of the world. So, just like a musical instrument, Veena, when it is fully tuned, the strings of reason, action, emotion, and will are in perfect harmony, and divine music comes out of it. The noises of the world are shut down. Saraswati is the symbol of knowledge that tears the veil of ignorance or avarana and reveals the splendor of consciousness. So, the realization of the unveiled beauty of the Supreme confers immortality, and that is the goal of this Navratri, 9 days of worship. And we will be covering more of this wonderful nectarine book, scripture, worship of God as Mother, tomorrow. This is Swami Nikhilananda. Om Tat Sat.